Alright. So that didn't work. I fell down this cliff face and got stuck in a hole. But I'm gonna try it again and see if maybe I just messed up the scripted event. So I'm supposed to step here and... boom! There we go. Now I'm stuck somewhere. It must have been this way? I don't even know. Well, it looks like the only straightforward way to go. Oh. This used to be a campfire. I think the scary thing about it all is that a lot of the fires are still smoldering or burning. Oh, I see where I am. Okay, it just brought me back into this room. No writing, right? No ghost? Cut it out. So... she must be the one whimpering, right? Okay. So we've made full circle. We've kind of found our bearings. We have a new camp. We're gonna get out of this crazy loud, drippy cave. Okay. So we are here. And that just brought us back this way. So we are here. If we go this way, we might find some things. We might be scared by some things. We might hear a random door creak open. Anything is possible, I suppose.
Eons. That's how long I spent, suspended in nothingness. And then this one time, a pale, dim glow filled it. I felt as if some consciousness started soaking through an orange cloud into my brain, dripping with heavy drops, not letting me pass away nice and peaceful. I fought with myself. I had no strength to open my eyes. And finally, after processing the situation on and on, I realized I have no eyes.
What? What? What is this? Oh, I'm sure that's going to be relevant later. Dude has no eyes. Orange fog. Consciousness. A 27-year-old woman is dead. The murderer mutilated her. Overnight from Friday to Saturday in a house in the center of Moscow, the body of a 27-year-old Victoria R. was found. The victim had multiple injuries as well as serious harm inflicted to the eyes. The perpetrator has not been caught yet. No traces of forcible entry were noted. Doors to the apartment as well as all windows were closed from the inside. Victoria R. was the sister of 35-year-old Vieira R. They changed the spelling of her name, who was similarly injured by her partner, Vitalij G. Detectives ruled out his connection to the crime committed due to him being locked up in a mental institution. Detectives do not rule out that Vitalij G. could have had a partner. Alright, so where am I? Okay, so I took this fork. Let's head back this way. And just see if I catch anything. Not hearing any papers. Hearing a lot of weird groaning though. God, the moon is terrifying. This whole thing is terrifying. Oh, and now it's quiet. Alright, I think I must be back to that not right spot, but the end of that path. So we'll go the other way. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Oh, jeez. This is why I don't like it. What is going on? I'm following. I'm doing all that I can think to do to follow the spirits that have been guiding me this whole time. 39 and 91. I don't have that one, do I? Nope. 39, 91. Do hear a page though. Okay, I think it's up top. I think I need to go around the back end. What is going on over there? Well, I suppose I know where I'm going next, huh? Let's go grab this first.
The weather today clearly got worse just as our mood.
Sorry.
The weather today clearly got worse just as our moods. We're all a little scared of what happened last night. There were even some suggestions of going back, but that was outvoted. We set off at around 10 a.m., going the same Mansi trail as we did earlier. We encountered a small camp of a local hunter during our hike. We asked if he had hunted the other night, but he said no. He told us a story about a ghost prowling through the forest in the form of a bright fog. Obviously, this did not make us feel better. We kept on going forward. Today, the hike was slow and difficult. The visibility is close to zero. The temperature dropped to -24 centigrade. Around 4 p.m., we had to start looking for a place to set up a camp. We found a good spot on the verge of the forest, covered from the wind. As exhausted as we were, we began setting it up. We were too tired to dig up a hole for the campfire. We ate dinner in our tents. We had no strength for any discussions or thoughts. At night, I clearly heard someone walking around the tent. I heard them whispering my name. I do not want to talk about it with the rest of the group. They'll think I'm going crazy.
Great. All right. So I am indeed up here. And I guess I just came straight down this way. So this must have been where I was running through. Yeah, because I branched off here and then came up here. Apparently there's a little path back here somewhere. Oh yeah, that leads to nothing. Okay, so clearly that tree, which I guess is here, is important. That path just leads me back up that way, which I want to go. In case there's a page or something that I missed. You know, you look at a map and you think, oh, I know where I'm going. And then you start walking the wilderness and you're just like, this was a bad idea. Mr. Totem. Am I getting lost? I am apparently getting lost. Alright. Maybe this is the right way. Look at that, a little lean-to.
We set off quite late today. I think everyone heard something at night, but they are afraid to admit it. I walked around the tents, but didn't notice any tracks. We didn't talk too much. We barely hiked 2.5 miles. We got the impression that something clearly changed around us. I felt someone was observing us, and I think the others had a similar feeling because they mentioned the hunter was heading in the same direction. We won't make it any further. I think we'll stay here.
About that. Alright, so where did I find that? Yeah. So see, there was something along this way. So something's stalking them, something's haunting them, they all recognize it, they all hear it, they all know it. They all feel like they're being watched. Which I can surely reciprocate that feeling. Because this music, dear God, is aptly done. I just feel creeped out just hopping in the game. I've said it once and I'll say it before, I'm not normally one for horror. It's not too easy to be affected by it for me. But holy cow. This game sure sends out the creepy vibes beautifully. And it looks like I can go out on the lake. I hear another page. Okay, so if I'm coming out on the lake, it's somewhere up here, right? I hear it there. There's got to be a way to get to that. Alright, so not that way. There's no trees. Nothing to knock over. Oh, you know, just quaint little waterfall. 25 and 80. Oh, guess there's no way but down now. Well, I guess that's one way to do it. Something over here. I can hear it. It's like right there. Alright, that looks like a cave or a cliff face. Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh. Seversk. Recording confidential. Dmitry Ivanovich, 54. First, we had heard a snap. You know, like a tree being brought down. I told so-and-so to go check it out because it seemed the sound was coming out of the chamber. He stood up and went to check the readings. He said everything was fine. And then the door started to bend, you know, bulge, as if you'd been pumping a balloon. Finally, the doors just burst into the room, straight off the frame. Poor so-and-so was standing in front of me, and those doors just wiped him out. I saw everything in slow motion. I thought someone was soon going to enter the room. The military, or maybe we were being attacked by the Americans. But nobody came. Only so-and-so buried his head in his hands and started screaming. Like a wounded animal. I will never forget the sound of that scream. Then he stood up, turned his back to us, and his head spun around. He stood like that, looking at us. I don't know how much time had passed. Maybe a second, but for me it was an hour. I shouted to run, save yourself. Then finally, he fell to the ground, and so-and-so jumped to his feet as if he wanted to say something, but his face. I don't know, Inspector. I think I've gone mad. Voice from the room. Please, continue, Dr. Demeter. His face started falling apart, part by part, like fragments of a broken porcelain mask. Then objects started levitating, desks moving. We heard screaming and loud banging. Everyone started screaming. I screamed too. I felt like, you know, something was boiling inside of me. I had to escape. I started crawling. There was something spilt on the floor, but I kept on crawling through it. I remember closing my eyes and moving forward from memory. I could only hear roars and screams. Until finally, something exploded and everything just went quiet. I don't know how much time had passed when I lied motionless on the floor. At last, I opened my eyes, but it was dark all around. You know, I felt I crawled to the corridor. I slowly stood up and saw at the end of the tunnel the red emergency light was barely flashing. I began moving towards the end of the tunnel, every now and then stumbling on something. When I came close to the light, I froze. I closed my eyes again. Voice from the room. Demeter, you're doing great. Please, continue. Yes, of course. I apologize. But, I don't know, I closed my eyes because I couldn't believe it. At the end of the corridor, went sideways to the left and right in both directions. There were people standing, melted together with objects, with the walls, you know, like mixed up, as if someone took a large spoon and stirred a part of the world. Dude's going bonkers. Oh, some hiking boots. Didn't notice those before. I don't hear any pages or anything. This looks unsafe. Okay.